Projection, projection, projection is the word of the day because that's exactly what this nigga did.
Now, to us. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who the did it. They said Roscoe, but I don't wanna. I ain't finna. I don't wanna block. I don't wanna like block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. You know Roscoe? Man, that man.
Politicking, man. Jeff clean as Listerine, man. Clean as Irish soap. You feel what I'm saying? I done the time. I did that. That's what you supposed to do. When you go in interrogation room, that's what you do. He told you, man, we say the Wayne Carter. What's wrong with you?
After a new leaked video of Young Thug's interrogation back in 2015 went viral online, the YSL rapper finally spoke out about it. But to understand Young Thug,
he did all that talking to Gunna, who all Gunna said is pretty much just confirmed what was already public information, that YSL was a gang and they committed a couple of crimes. Those could have been petty crimes he was confirming. Like back in 2015, them niggas ran out the store with some candy or soda gram. I don't know, but he didn't say anything crazy like that nobody didn't already know. And he did all that to his homie.
Thug's reaction, it's important to hear where
and Lil Baby fell off after talking all that crazy, and Lil Baby fell off. You see, God does not like ugly, y'all boys. God does not like ugly.
Young Thug snitches on Pee Wee Roscoe.
This motherfucker Wayne from New Orleans.
Right.
I'm from Atlanta. This was in Atlanta and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the? That was so weird. This now to us. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who the did it. They said Roscoe, but I don't wanna. I ain't finna. I don't wanna block.
Yeah, because when somebody is nervous about what they're saying and they know they're not saying, like they're scared of how they will be perceived, they constantly try to they overcompensate. But if you know exactly what you want to say, how you want to say it, like that. They said like that was like 200 or less words. That's the like Kendrick Lamar's like that verse. It was so concise because he knew exactly what he wanted to say, which is why his verse wasn't that long at all. But this nigga, he's saying, this nigga just said more words than Kendrick Lamar's whole like that verse to say what he could have said in 1 to 2 sentences because he's trying to overcompensate because he's scared. Yeah, he snitched, man.
I don't want to like block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. You know Roscoe? Man, that man.
He threw his homie under the bus to save his own ass. Rightfully so, though, too. I mean, okay, he's at the top, and he's at the top of YSL. And Roscoe, I don't even know who Roscoe is, but I know who Young Thug is. So it would make more sense if anybody below Thug to take the fall, and he just make sure their family is straight. That would be but he didn't have to throw his mans under the bus like that.
I'm like, bro. But
then he disrespected his homie. He called him a scrub. You could have just said, I think he did it. You know, that's my homie, but he a little sometimes. You called him a scrub, bruh. He's a slimy. It is called Young Slime Life or whatever it's called.
No, because every day bro, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
A tweet would go viral reading, Young Thug came out of jail, burnt down bridges, released zero good music, then just got exposed for being a rat. Tough scenes. As DJ Academics would then later speak on the situation, revealing the truth. As the rap industry is split down the middle.
Niggas normally do gain weight too when they be nervous, like stress eating, and he did gain a lot of weight.
If this is actually considered snitching or not.
If you ask me that somebody we like snitch, no snitching. Somebody we don't like, all right, we're gonna look into it. That's how it goes. The first rule of did somebody snitch is do we like them?
That is true. That's a great point too. That is a great point. You know what I'm saying? Because if Drake said something like that, they'd be like, he's fucking snitched. He straight up snitched. But if Kendrick Lamar said something like that, they would be like, nah, that nigga didn't snitch. He was just setting the record straight to let them know, like, yeah, that's true. And I think the consensus is 50-50 because on one hand, niggas like Thug for the nostalgia and all that, but on the other hand, he hasn't released any good music. So, and I just really don't like him because of how he treated Gunna personally. So, I guess it'll be 50-50, but that's just weird. I feel like if you're gonna get on Gunna for literally confirming already publicly known information, that's like asking, was Michael Jackson part of the Jackson 5? Did he do the moonwalk? And you say, yeah. Like that's how, you know what I'm saying? Like if you were mad at him over that, then you shouldn't have said nothing at all. But you're pretty much on the same level of Gunna at this point. So yeah, he's a snitch because he called Gunna a rat. So he's a rat too.
Keep telling y'all.
And to keep it worse, bro, he called his homie a scrub. Like he low-key was disrespectful while incriminating his homeboy. Yeah.
Better be liked than to be right. And let me tell you why. When we like somebody, we make them on top.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't tell. Yo,
He was just explaining.
he mentioned his mans did the, but his mans
Did.
yeah, but his man wasn't there. His man eventually. You know the favorite one? Yo, bro. Yo. Is anybody even locked up because of that? Like, ain't nobody locked up. Yo, bro, he ain't snitch. Ain't nobody locked up because of what he said. How he snitch? You know what I mean? Third one. I love this one. This is like my favorite. He ain't snitch. Yo, he just spun the cops. Like, if anything, he did him a solid.
Oh my
He pointed him in
God.
another direction.
Oh my God.
As this all aligns perfectly to Gunna's snitching, even though Gunna
Yeah, they
ratted,
did the
many
same
don't
thing.
care because
They
his
did the
music
same-
is really good. However,
No, I was saying that Gunna literally just confirmed that YSL was a gang and he did see them. I think that he also said he witnessed them commit a crime. But Gunna's Thug's out of jail. Thug's out of jail. So he didn't say that they killed. He didn't say they killed anybody. He didn't say they were like a. He didn't say Young Thug was a kingpin. All he did was confirm that they was a street gang. We know O Block or OTF is a street gang.
this all resulted in Pee Wee Roscoe reacting, where it reads,
God.
Pee Wee Roscoe addresses Young Thug, supposedly telling
Oh,
on him
God.
in an interrogation
I wonder if Thugger and him already talked about this. If they didn't, that's slimy.
video.
Politicking, man. Jeff clean his Listerine, man. Clean his ivory soap. You feel what I'm saying? I done the time. I did that. That's what you supposed to do. When you go in interrogation room, that's what you do. He told you, man, we sell the Wayne Carter. What's wrong with you? You feel what I'm saying? No, a statement is this right here. Lineup selective. That's him. He did that. He didn't do that. He did what a taxpaying citizen do. A real street. Kept it solid. Kept it overly real. You feel what I'm saying? Really tried to pull me out the hole.
Yeah, that nigga got paid. You see that chain? This nigga don't rap, or he might, but I don't know who this nigga is. You know what? I shouldn't just be so egotistical that just because I don't know somebody don't mean everybody else don't. But I have never heard like him being like a #1 hit single album or song or Grammy, but he got this iced out chain on, so he's either trapping, scamming, or the Young Thug paid him.
So I don't, you feel what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the PR now, y'all don't remember when I was locked up. Now, let me just show you how the PRs and the internet selective politics. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it real.
My nigga, you got a bandage on your face. He said you were a scrub. He called you a scrub. He said you're a scrub. And by insinuating that you're a scrub, he said they said that Lil Roscoe did it, and I ain't gonna lie, Brody is a scrub. What they're saying is, he's saying, so the streets is saying that my nigga did it, and low-key, my nigga is low-key a crap. He low-key is a little stupid. So like, if anybody was to do something like that, it'd probably be him because he is a scrub. Like he pretty much told on you, bro. He pretty much told on you. Yeah, he pretty much said you did it. If you're in a principal, here's the basic way of looking at snitching. Because when you get with the whole laws and all that, it gets complicated. Let's take this back to school times. If you were in a principal office and you brought up your mans like that, you said, they saying my friend did it. And low key, my friend is a little bit stupid. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really know. But low key, did you snitch on your friend? Yes, you did. So we can break it down as simple as principal rules, principal's office rules. That he snitched on his friend. Yeah, because how he got on Gunna, he snitched on his homie.
When I was locked up,
He just getting
and
paid.
Jeff was locked up, we
Yeah,
went
that nigga's
viral.
just getting paid.
And they was like, that's the type of friend you want. He was like, man, Roscoe ain't told y'all that thing. Yeah, that's the beauty there. That's the right thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like all those, Everybody is in the state room, in the interrogation room, and they gave statements.
This even left Young Thug tweeting, "They didn't play my interrogation video in court because I helped my brother. #ratware." As this is where it gets interesting. In the YSL Rico trial, the prosecutors did want to use evidence against Young Thug that related to a tour bus incident with Lil Wayne. A report at that time shared Lil Wayne might be called to testify in Young Thug's ongoing YSL Rico trial about his 2015 tour bus incident, where it was this case where Young Thug had his interrogation with the police.
There's no confrontation as to it.
It's not testimonial, Judge.
It's got to be relevant, and it's got to be for a particular purpose. Now, I'm telling you, if you get Mr. Carter in here, then that is, you'll solve a number of your problems.
But I wonder, would Lil Wayne even say anything though? That's what I'm wondering. Would he even? Because then that would make him look like a snitch. Even though, you see how backwards it is, bro. Somebody can commit a crime on you, and you may have not even done anything to them. But if you have this overtly hyped masculine image, if you were to say something, then technically you snitched.
Judge was telling the prosecutors during the Rico trial they might need to call Lil Wayne to come and testify against Young Thug to confirm the evidence is true, as the prosecutors claimed Young Thug created a hit on Lil Wayne's tour bus in 2015. Prosecutors even went as far as to bringing the bus driver to the stand, where it was shared a tour bus operator for rapper Lil Wayne started to get emotional while recalling the moments at the bus in 2015. The operator said that he retired following the incident. Rapper #Young Thug is being sued by the witness and is facing RICO charges in this case.
Tell the jurors what happened once you got on 285.
Once I got on 285, within minutes, that's when the car came along and started at the bus.
Are you able to discern where the coming from? Is it coming from the front of the bus, the back of the bus, or somewhere else?
They started at the back of the bus. They my engine,
they shot.
my radiator.
Oh, they shot up the bus. Oh God, I thought they just like beat it up a little bit, ran through it and stole it. I didn't know they shot up his bus, dude.
It just started.
That's foul. And they didn't care who was in it, bro. They didn't even care who was in the bus. There could have been children in the bus. It could have been his daughters in the bus, his family in the bus. That's foul. That's really foul.
Shoot down the side of the bus.
And at the time,
yeah, I'm putting your ass in jail. You going to jail, nigga. Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck me. It's not even about me. It's just about all my peoples that with me. I care more about my peoples. Like, yeah, I'm getting straight on the stand and sending your ass to jail.
did you have those passengers? Were those passengers that came out of the club, were they still on your bus as this bus is being kicked out?
Yeah, they were back there screaming on the floor.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words.
However, Lil Wayne would never show up to court, he would never do an interrogation, he would never even speak with police. But on the flip side, Young Thug did. He gave the police all the information on what really happened in the tour bus incident and what Pee Wee Roscoe did. But this is where it all gets extremely concerning. This is all.
But it also made me feel, is he even actually a real stepper, or is he just a nigga with money that niggas listen to because he has the money?
A result of Gunna releasing his new album titled The Last One. As when he announced it, Young Thug replied, "Nobody wanna hear that stuff." This rubbed Gunna the wrong way, where he even posted an IG story before deleting saying, "Be quiet, bro. I don't mess with you no more. You unfollowed me because you're not on the album." Where fans speculate that Young Thug is not only upset that Gunna snitched on him in the YSL Rico trial, but because The Last One album is also Gunna's last album to finish off his contract with YSL, Young Thug's label. This resulted in Young Thug sharing a snippet in a new club party that he was at, where he straight up disses Gunna.
Young Thug ain't even doing subliminals. He's just straight up naming. Hear this. He said, "Yeah, Gotti, he tricked me for some years. I ain't know that was telling." And then he says, "The only reason I with you, Gunna, it was because of Troop." Now, Troop is like some other Atlanta. And supposedly that's how the story of how he kind of meets Gunna. But Young Thug is flat out saying it. I don't rock with these rats. That's what he's saying. He believed they're cooperates, okay? Now, you know, there's a tasteful way to do it in music, and there's a I don't give a let's crash out drill music type of way, where you just say their names and call them rats.
This is all completely against his probation agreement. This led the news writing, the state of Georgia has filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation and send him back to jail. This left Young Thug then crashing out on IG Live about Gunna, the feds, and his new probation being revoked.
We ain't even talk about these fake guys and fake houses.
Karma is a
pools
bitch, man.
You can get put out of in the next 2-3 years and all that cheese. We ain't even finna talk about none of that. Like, that is the topic of, I guess. Yeah, your spot out right now. You gonna put it on Instagram.
I just don't get it. Why not, like, be rich? Like, why you gotta be tied to the streets? Like, you're already rich. Just be rich and chill. Why associate with niggas, even if he didn't do the bus thing, or even if he didn't call out the hits, it sounded like he did call out the hit. Why associate yourself with stupid motherfuckers? Like, they're liabilities. They're partially why you're here. I don't get it.
I bet your put it on Instagram at your house, huh?
You're trying to be street with a bunch of diamond tennis chains in a fucking mansion.
Oh God, you blocked from your page. Yeah, I'm on your from my fake page. Can't about to black me. I still said you post a picture. That ain't me on that picture. Lane Green. The whole world been thinking that too, man. I'm finna say gonna say something about that, man. That ain't me with that skirt on that with that hat. The man say he got more hits than me and Kendrick. Bro, your ain't got more hits than Kendrick, and you ain't damn sure ain't got more hits or anthems than me. You hard, why you tripping? And I ride past your house for sale signed up. Now you done went and took your whole money and put down on that goddamn house out there, man. And you couldn't finish paying it off. Now the lady that came took her shit back. Now your stupid gotta sell it.
With the entire rap industry now concerned of Young Thug going back to jail,
You just
DJ
sound so
Academics would
corny.
hop on live.
Like, I just noticed, when somebody's really like arguing, they don't have the, what's the word? They don't have, like, they don't need to talk about like money or like they'll attack your character. Like, notice how when Kendrick and Drake was beefing, not one time did he ever attack like his money or like everything he talked about was about him as a person, as a character. But he only thing he could talk about was materialistic things. Like, that's so corny to me, bro.
Explaining the truth about this situation.
Gunna's plan, I'm telling you this is a fact. He always thought Thug would be free. But he thought that once Thug got his freedom and didn't get all those years, granted, I think he got let out maybe a year and a half before Thug. He thought Thug would forgive him. Thug would be like, all right, bro, yeah, you right. Like, what they caught you up on wasn't really, it's all good. You're my mans. You're still, Thug is not letting it go.
Right.
So Gunna at that point realizes, not only is Thug free, there's no place for me on YSL anymore.
So fuck
And
him.
there's no love and there's no more returning to that friendship.
Right. So
Gunna
fuck him.
always wanted to get back together. Thug
Yeah.
never wanted to. And now Gunna has accepted that. What happened is that Gunna had a YSL tattoo. He's now covered it up. You see some flames. You this is the new fit Gunna. He's covered up YSL. The snake and also the word YSL.
This would result in thousands of fans spamming Young Thug, just forgive Gunna for what he did. You did the exact same thing, so there shouldn't be an issue between you two,
Facts.
as all this will result in Young Thug going
Facts. Y'all pretty much did the same thing.
back to jail. However, later on that night, Thug would show that he is just fine. He didn't care what anyone had to say.
P, that's some pounds, P.
Show me the way, P. Go pound. Go pound. Go make bag.
In that bag.
I'll take.
Go ahead.
This would be the biggest mistake of all for Young Thug, and allow me to explain. The Atlanta DA is already submitting paperwork to revoke his probation agreement. This was all due to his lyrics against Gunna and his song Money on Money.
All he had to do was shut the fuck up and make music. He didn't have to speak on anybody. All he had to do was get back to being Thug and just make some, like, obviously he was never gonna get the crown back. We already knew that. The crown wasn't coming back, simple. But all he had to do was make music for all the niggas 30 plus that want to hear, that want to feel like it's 2015, 2016 again. That's all this nigga had to do. He would continue to get millions. He would be out of jail. His probation would pass over. And then after that, if he wanted to, he could talk shit all he wanted about whoever. But all he had to do was shut the fuck up. It reminds me of whenever people would be on a crime scene and all the niggas have to do is stop yelling and just listen to the police, and they end up getting arrested because they don't know how to check their emotions for a second and just shut the fuck up. Like,
as when he released the song, the feds also opened a new evidence file against him, as Young Thug would diss a woman police officer that Gunna made his plea deal with.
What Young Thug did to have and this is how you know this 4PF is real. Young Thug posted the woman. This is Marissa Vivierdo.
Okay.
He said, biggest liar in the DA office. He posted her, okay? And then he also reposted, all my homies hate Vivierdo.
You
now,
can't do
this
that.
is someone who is a officer of the law.
You can't
This
do
is
that,
someone
bro. Come on,
who
bro.
is a government official. When you do that and you're under probation, the government is going to be like, oh, you sending a smoke signal that people should hurt this woman?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
why they're doing it.
And Gunna's already confirmed, bro, this is a gang. So now there's reasonable suspicion for threats. This is technically a threat, bro.
A motion to revoke his shit. Why did he do this? Because
he's a
she's
dumbass.
testifying in the OMF case, and she's basically saying, yo, OMF and 4PF, Lil Baby and them, they're beefing and is dying, and indictments finna come down.
As immediately after Young Thug dropped the song and dissed the woman police officer, the feds got to work. They noticed in his new song, Money on Money, he raps the lyrics, these guys telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends. Where Young Thug would then try to calm everyone down, speaking about it in a public interview for the first time since his release.
I just like to help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah. I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
However, the interview didn't help Young Thug at all. It got so bad
Why
that
do you keep showing this basketball clip? And it looks like he missed the layup because the shit always cuts off every time before the ball goes in the hoop.
Thug would just tweet flat out, if you're a rapper and you rat, you just gotta go gospel, twin. This would end up going viral, all because of one person's response. They tweeted back, you are literally not even legally allowed to rap about gangster stuff anymore.
Oh, shit.
You go do gospel. This gathered 100,000 likes, 3 million views, but unfortunately with how viral it went, it got the police's attention. It would then be announced, Academic speaks on Young Thug's release, saying the stipulations are a setup for the court to put Young Thug back into jail, explaining how it's all a setup for Thug. He's eventually gonna fail. No one can last 20 years of probation being a perfect human.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15...
Oh, this nigga's banned from Atlanta? Oh, I see why he's so antsy. So he can't go back home. He can't make gangster related music pretty much. He can't go back home for 10 years. And he has to do 4 gangster concerts for Atlanta. Oh, they be messy. He can only talk to his brother and Gunna. Yeah, so he can't live his life at all the way he used to. He has to live a completely new life that's cleaner. He can't go home, which is where he wanted to go this whole time. So yeah, he can't go to Atlanta for 10 years. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that's pretty much saying he's guilty. If this was anybody other than Young Thug, this wouldn't be allowed. He would just be in jail for like 20 years. But since he's Young Thug and he has money, he pretty much bought a get out of jail for not even for free, but a get out of jail card. But this is what comes with that get out of jail card. So it's either stay in jail for 10, 20 years or get out of jail and still be able to make money. You just can't make money the way you really, really like to make money. Yeah, I see. Which is why his first song back was Money on Money. And he was just talking about money because he couldn't talk about street shit. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, this is terrible for him. Like for anybody else, like, oh, cool. But for him, I know this is eating him up alive because he's an Atlantean.
Years can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members. He can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. Well, he's always gonna talk about him and his is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about again. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see this was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight. So we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
And he knows this, so he's just the ignorant dumbass because they had to repeat these agreements to him to make sure he understands the agreements and the contracts. His lawyers, his team, all are aware of all this, and he still is on the rat shit. Still, he's just a dumb. I'm not even finished this video. This nigga's just retarded. At this point, he's just a dumbass. But damn, Thug. Can't tell the difference at this point. That's tough.